Hey guys, Aaron here for the Love of Tech, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Aaron, why has it taken you so long to do this camera review? Pretty simply, my computer broke. So while the computer's out at the shop getting repaired and tended to, I have a, replacement one I took from my office. Shh, no one knows I took it. Good thing I own everything. But I know how I can do my camera comparison. I have a Dropbox account. So I just downloaded everything, easy peasy. Wouldn't you believe it? It's right there on the computer, and we're gonna do the camera comparison right now. First, I want to go ahead and start off with a little video camera comparison. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Aaron, your lens was dirty. But I'm here to tell you, the lens wasn't dirty. This is just how the camera took the photo. I'm just here reporting to you the results. I'm collecting data, presenting it to you. You get triggered. You go down to the comments. You leave me comments. That's how this works. Taking a look at both of these side by side, same view. I know what you're thinking. Aaron, you're driving. You're right, it wasn't all that safe, but that's the kind of danger I put myself in for your benefit because I love you guys. So in here, it's definitely a clear winner, and the clear winner is the Z Fold 2, which I may just refer to in this video as the Z, the Fold, or the 2. So just keep your eye out. Taking a look at these two photos side by side, not really much of a difference, but let's zoom in. Let's zoom in 10 times. Why 10 times? Because that's the max zoom we have on the Z Fold. Which one do you think is the clear winner? First, it's a little gross. That's duck poop. Ew. But the photo on the S20, we will see that the image on the bird, even at 10 times zoom, looks way better than on the Z Fold 2. So here, S20 Ultra, clear winner. Remember, the S20 Ultra has some amazing super zoom technologies built in that the Fold doesn't. So here we are taking a look at a little speedboat that you can go ahead and rent for the day or pay for a ride. I've never been on it, but I've driven past it many of times in my life. Let's go ahead and try to zoom in on the Dolphin. Not much of a difference. They're identical, but from afar, unless my eyes were deceiving me, it does appear that there's more of a brighter contrast on the overall boat on the Z Photo. So you guys remember this mural. I took a picture of it. It's on the outside of an electric box over in downtown St. Pete. Now I will say again, neck and neck, there's no difference in these pictures. None that I can tell, none that I can see. It's almost like the colors are absolutely identical. So good job, Samsung, in consistency. So here is a newer mural that I haven't taken a picture of before, which I'm pretty excited about. Here we can see lots of blues all over the place. We've got some really deep, dark blacks, which I like. We have some contrast with the trees to the left of it, and we have the building, which is right next to it. So I wanted to take this photo and just take it all in. Now we're gonna go ahead and zoom in specifically on the head, and just looking at these side by side, the colors, they just run right together. There's absolutely no difference in these two photos, none at all, when it comes to color, when it comes to clarity, when it comes to contrast. There's no difference in either of these photos. Now we've actually activated the Telephoto zoom. So now we're at 10 times, and if you were paying attention, you would know we're only at 10 times because that's all the Z can do. Which I think it's a shame, because the Note 20 Ultra just gave us a 50 times zoom. But this isn't an Ultra phone. Now, is it? So maybe in the future we have a Z Fold Ultra, maybe? We don't know. So we're at 10 times zoom. We're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing we did before, and we're gonna see if having the 10 times zoom gives us any less pixelation, and it actually does. So the telephoto lens is doing its job. Still pixelated because it's a photo. That's what photos are made up of. tons of pixels. However, it's not as bad. If we want to go back and pause and look at the other one, you can see that it's better. So here's another little scene in the alley that I usually venture and wander into when I take photos for you guys. However, this one was new to me. This one I never took pictures of before. I've seen it. Looks a little sketchy, but I did, and it was safe. No one kidnapped me, so that was good. So what we have now, I want to go ahead and bring your attention to the blue kind of squiggly artwork on the top. From a distance, it looks like the Z has darker blues, but up close, gosh, it's almost like the Z took up more of a contrast of the pink and blue color where it transitions or goes back to white, where the kind of polka dots down their end. But it's really interesting because it kind of blends together on the Z, but when on the Ultra, it's very definitive. Like, you can tell that it's a different color. So I didn't think that that was gonna happen, but zooming in it did. So that's a really fun picture. So here we are, photo number 9. We know and love this lady. We take pictures of her all the time. And what I'm actually looking at right now is the little ram on her shoulder. And you know, they both look phenomenal. I mean, the Ultra is definitely several months old, whereas the Z Fold 2 just came out. Personal opinion, slightly disappointed in the camera on the Z Fold 2. It's not bad by any means, but it's not overly impressive. It didn't take us to the next level yet, but maybe if we give it a chance to perform, it will. You also have to remember this S20 Ultra is the result of like 9 different software updates, where the Z Fold 2 has only had 1. So here we go, looking at the sharks, and this is a different kind of picture. And the contrast, the richness of the red in the Z Fold 2 really shines. It is totally different. These almost look like 2 totally different cameras took the pictures, because they did. Is it the other one bad and the other one better? I don't really know. Again, comes down to personal preference. I think by looking at this photo, it's safe to say that the blue on the Z Fold is definitely darker and more rich. So the Z Fold is taking more of a natural, cooler photo, whereas the S20 is slightly warmer, and I don't have any settings changed one way or the other on either of the devices, so it should just be very natural. So I don't think either one of these cameras is doing bad. I think that the Z Fold 2 is really keeping up for its lack of camera innovation, if you will, because they really didn't bring anything new to the table with this camera. They just brought us a good solid camera, which we thank you. So here is a nighttime shot, which means that I've got night mode activated, and I like to take the shot, but you can see that the S20 Ultra gives us a good amount of light pollution, but the Z Fold 2 does not. So maybe this is where this camera actually shows an advancement. We have that light flare, those streaks again on the Ultra. The Z just doesn't have it. So Samsung definitely is excelling and doing better when it comes to nighttime photography, and they are showcasing it in this device. So that's a big win. I think this is a great photo. If I go ahead and zoom and look down the road, I can actually tell you that it looks like the S20 Ultra is giving me more definition and more clarity as far as everything. But the overall just good, solid, I'm going to snap this photo, definitely goes to the Z Fold. And that's what the Z Fold is meant to do. Take it out of the pocket, take a solid picture, you're good to go, no complaints, everyone's happy. The Ultra, tricks, gimmicks, features, software, things to do, options galore. Here is another really tough night shot because there is a lot of light pollution coming from the palm trees there, and it does kind of illuminate everything all at once. And again, the light pollution and the light streak is way more prominent on the S20 Ultra versus the Z. So here is just in the studio right before my computer crashed on me, I was putting this video together for you guys several days ago. So the S20 does a good job, but the Z Fold did a way better job. So they definitely win when it comes to nighttime photography. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little look-see-loo over at some slow-mo video. So slow-mo seems to be all the rage these days, and I like to go ahead and stay with the trends with you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at a quick little slow-mo video side by side. The only thing I did not do was portrait mode, and I wanted to do that here on camera. The S20 Ultra has a pretty good front-facing camera on it, but with the Z Fold, you actually have the ability of using this selfie mode. Turn it on, selfie mode, and then there's a little button up there that you hit it, and it tells you to open up the device. So now you are using these cameras to take our selfies. So now we are taking advantage of our triple camera setup, whereas this is a little bit different and it does not. But we're still gonna take our selfies and we're gonna give it a whirl and we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna do a little comparison for you guys. My arms aren't long enough. Woo, I gotta do one at a time. So big difference in the screen you get to use to look at it. So let's go ahead and look at these photos together. They both look phenomenal. It does look like that the Z Fold gave me a little bit wider of an angle, which is actually pretty cool than what the S20 Ultra gave me. So it's got the details. It's showing all my man-chesticle hairs there. It's showing my beautiful skin, but it seems like they both had a pretty good amount of facial smoothness going on there. So I will tell you, the Z Fold takes a solid photo in just about any condition that is point and shoot. Once you start getting into zooming, it's a little not so great. It's not as good as the S20 or the Note 20 Ultra. So what is the moral of the story? Which of these devices has the better camera? I'm gonna go with, hands down, based on features and capability, the S20 Ultra. However, this is with like 8 or 9 different updates to software improvement, better zoom capabilities, more options. It's got 100 times zoom, kind of a gimmick, but even at 50 times zoom, it's still pretty good. The camera on the Z Fold is worth it, but you have to remember, when you're buying this device, having a good solid camera is definitely going to be part of the package. Is it going to be the most advanced camera with innovation and new features packed in? No. The features and innovation on this device is, well, it folds. So it does that really, really well. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Till next time, for the love of tech. Namaste.